What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So today, I don't like how I'm going to have to see how I can make myself not transparent. So whatever. I'm learning, guys. I welcome you to the channel if you're new. Discord is another type of social media. It's basically just a warehouse community of what I created. So if you guys want to come over and join Discord, and then you could post your pictures on Discord of your work, and then we could critique it and hopefully help you do better. And not to mention everybody that's helping you over on Discord. So let's get to today's first picture. All right, guys. So the first one I'll look at is Cold Wolf 33. Very well constructed pallets. The only thing I would say on your crates back here, space them out. So important to space out cases on the base. But with that being said, you're keeping nice and square. Cases. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the fact that if you guys, there's so many people on here that post that their pallets are never full pallets. I'll tell you what, you want to talk about the 150s and 160% that people talk about. If you do not have to build full pallets, I think it's very achievable. But if you're building, 50% of your pallets throughout the day are full pallets, then I don't think it's that much achievable, because when you have a taller pallet, a heavier pallet, you're taking more time to make sure that that pallet is not going to fall over when you're building it. But when you have these smaller pallets, like this here is probably, you got maybe like a 50 cube and maybe like a 48 cube, 45 cube. Guys, when you have pallets that size, you're gone. You're moving a lot faster, and you could get away with this. You can get away with a little lean towards the top. It's not going to make that big of a difference. Down here, I love the base. I always tell you guys all the time, if you cannot get level coming out of dog food, which is bags, you do not know how to build. Every time. Because we do the same thing at our warehouse. We build this type of product, we get bags, and then we go and get our paper products. And I tell my trainees all the time, and I tell people, if you cannot get level, guys, you could shift contents around in those bags. My dog food order that I did, I showed you guys how you could play around with the contents. I don't think I have never ever come out level going out of the dog food with the bags. So great looking pallets. You know what you're doing. Keep posting your work, guys. Remember, just because you build good pallets does not mean I'm not going to put you on Discord Friday, because it's an opportunity for other people to see your work and know, hey, this is how this should be done. And I like showing different techniques, because not only my technique is going to work, it's the techniques of other people as well. All right, guys, another one from the bags. We got Ecom MVP. Very well done. I love the orders. See how we got spaced out? We're nice and spaced out. We got a nice base, and then we got all of our charcoals, which I figured charcoal season would be done, unless you're in a place where you cook year round. I know up here in Pennsylvania, we're starting to get away from cooking out, but very well looking pallet. Even down here, if you look at the other side of it, see, guys, whenever I say we have a lot of the litters, it looks like they're the litters down here, the slippery cases. And when you have a lot, there's not too much you can do if that's what those are. It's hard to tell from the picture, but just a great looking pallet. Very well done, and please keep posting your pictures. All right, guys, the next one is Sub-Zero. I found out Sub-Zero is a neighbor very close to me, and very nice pallets. We were talking about these Noors down here being just problem cases. Keep them all upright. You did a great job keeping them upright. This one's on its side, but it's on top. You're not putting nothing on top of them. Guys, these pastas, these Noors, they are the weakest box I've ever seen in my life. If you even just pick it up wrong, it will fall apart. They're the most damaged case in our warehouse. They fall apart all over the place. If a whole stack falls over off the pallet, every single one of those boxes are going to break open. They're just such a weak case. Stick them upright and make sure you're not putting weight on them. This is the top of the order, and then up here, we got just a nice cereal pallet, very nice looking. I also want to say too, guys, if it's possible, if you can take pictures without the wrap on, it'd be a lot better. But I do appreciate the people that do take pictures, period, because I know you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get caught. All right, guys, before I get to the next set of pictures, I do want to say it within the chats over at Discord. The warehouse check-in, where in the world, my favorite YouTube videos and my top videos. Okay, so my top videos is basically from my channel. It's just videos that I feel are the most important for you to watch. So I just periodically add videos to that. These are just my favorite YouTubes, period. Usually they're inspirational things like speeches. And then where in the world is a check-in, just to let us know where in the world you're from and what kind of warehouse you work at is the warehouse check-in. So basically, I don't want no chats on these. If you guys, anytime people start chatting on these chat rooms, I delete them. So please refrain from chatting on these chat rooms. I like to just try to keep them simplistic so people can go and just see where people are, from the world. Where in the world are you? I want to go see where people are from. I don't want to have to go through 8 miles of chats, before I get to the next person. So if you guys could stop chatting on these, I'd really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get to the next set of pictures. All right, guys, so the next one, we got two people here, Cronin22, and I do want to say I appreciate everybody new that's posting on there. You guys are what this channel is about. We're stacking on ice cream. Once again, I don't work in freezer, but we do crosstalk and we do get these ice creams, and they are slick. We have pallets that fall over, so I know they're a little harder to stack on, and your pallet looks really well. You did a really nice job on your pallet. Keep it up. Once again, nice and square and looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to see what's going on underneath the wrap, but I get it, And then down here we got, I don't even know what your name is. Nrog, a KN Rog. Nice looking pallet here. It looks like a me pallet. Yeah, I mean, everything looks nice and tight in there. It's nice and square. Great looking palette. Keep posting your work. All right, so the next picture I want to look at is D Money's. I asked him to, D Money's is starting to get into the slip sheets, and there are people that are asking about slip sheets. So instead of just doing a video on slip sheets, since I'm just getting pictures sporadic, I'm just going to talk about it every once in a while. If I do a video, I will, and I feel like, there's an opportunity for a slip sheet, I'm just going to keep talking about when the proper time is to use the slip sheets. Now, D Money put this down, and I disagree with it. I agree that it's a good time for a slip sheet because we got these open boxes in the middle, and I could see you putting a case on there and it starts dipping into the open packaging. I would have centered this and then maybe used a slip sheet. I just would have centered this whole center column. I would have centered it. And I just think we got too big of gaps here. See how we got the big gap down here? I just think if you get enough weight on this slip sheet, I just think one of the biggest reasons why I dislike slip sheets is people put too much trust in them. That humongous gap with a slip sheet over and heavy cases in there, in my opinion, it's going to eventually rip that cardboard, depending on how much weight's on it by the time it gets to the store, and possibly that pallet can fall over. So I think people just rely way too much on slip sheets. I don't like the slip sheet resting in the gap. I think if we would have centered this column, I would have been a lot more happier about this. But in my opinion, I'm not a big fan. I just think there's too many gaps. So me personally, center the column and then maybe add a couple smaller cases if you had them to fill in the gaps. Other than that, I get at your level, and that is a proper time to use the slip sheet is whenever you're level, but also when there's minimal gaps. I just think you have too big of gaps to be using a slip sheet. All right, guys, once again, Mr. Motto, thank you for changing your name so we know what to call you now. Great looking pallets as always. I mean, just perfectly stacked. We got the plastic pallets again. I mention it all the time. If you work with these plastic pallets, double them up, but just the whole way up, guys. I mean, we're just perfectly stacked. Very nice looking pallets. Up here, it's up higher. If that was any lower, I would not do it. But what do I say, guys? So I personally would never tie in a high and a low like this. Me personally, I would never tie in a high and a low unless I absolutely had to. But I don't like tying in a high and a low when it's that much. But see how you could put a case in the middle to get level again? So you can get away with it for sure. But I don't like it on the corner because this will push out this corner. Now this, I don't know if this part was the one that was up against the jack, but let's say this was the back of your pallet and you had this like this, that easily could start rocking your, start pushing your cases out. I just don't like stacking cases from a high to a low. But I always tell you, if you have two cases like this, which we see right here, and you put a case in the middle, you can get level again. But with that being said, I just think this part right here, pushing this corner, I'm not a fan of tying in high and low cases. All right, guys, and the last two pictures I want to look at is Samuel. These are from Produce. Jeremy, I don't think this was your pallet. I can't remember if you said it was your pallet or it was just at your warehouse. But guys, this is how you want to stack produce. All right, these, when I say produce, I mean these open boxes like this, the same size cases, 5 blocks, and then you got the carrots in the middle. This is perfectly stacked down here. Once again, I don't know if Jeremy, you posted it. I know that. We got the bags down here. I mean, this is just very well stacked. And then we come up to Samuel's pallet. Samuel, very few times do I ever say that I don't like something that he's doing, but just once again, guys, keep the 5 block all the way up. These cases are nice, big, heavy, flat boxes that could easily be column stacked. They're not going to go anywhere. Keep them together, keep stacking them up, and be done with it, guys. Produce, you can get away with doing this. You know, you want to tie in your bags when you can. If you get a lot of bags, you want to tie them in. But if you just are getting boxes, definitely call them, stack them, but great looking pallets. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Please keep posting your pictures. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. And also I changed, I used to put out videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I am now doing, I'll do Discord Friday as long as you guys post pictures. If I have no pictures to do for Friday, then I will skip a Friday. But guys, I have well over 200 of my 300 videos are warehouse related. So I have lots of videos up. Basically, I will try to keep putting out at least one video at the beginning of the week and then Discord Friday at the end of the week. So I really appreciate it, guys. Keep watching my videos, share my content if you have any fellow workers that you think could benefit from it. And that's it, guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.